second one.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then you do that and then
And then,
Sheena can just opposite it.
So second by here, like,
Yes,
You know, when you do something and you're like, I've done it in advance and I've put it somewhere.
the guideline this week has been bad for actually last week even. Everybody at work's complained about the same thing.
Okay,
so much going on this one. Extra big dog. And then I'm getting kids this weekend because they wrote the last minute. Then I have to go see their Sunday, or Sunday night and Monday night, and along with Tegan's points. And it's like, hello, I'm retired. So can you sign your name here? You can sign that like,
yeah, it looks
Maybe.
just like it.
I'll be good at signing like. Cool.
Okay, good evening, I'd like to call the Recreation and Fitness Committee meeting to order, all in favor?
Yeah.
Moved
Moved.
by Sylvie, second by Sheena. This meeting be opened at
5:05.
5:04.
5:04.5, all in favor?
thank you, Sylvie.
Carried. Adoption of minutes. Moved by Sheena, second by Sylvie, that the draft agenda dated May 5th be adopted as presented. All in favor? Carried. Yeah.
Steve, raise your hand. Are you in favor?
Oh, is he
He's
frozen?
froze.
Oh,
Disclosure of hearing interests. Being none.
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
Adoption of previous minutes. Moved by Sylvie, second by Sheena, that the minutes of the Recreation and Fitness Committee meeting April 7th, 2025 be adopted as circulated. All in favor? Eric, Steve, left.
Okay, we're still good
Yeah.
though. Okay,
He'll come back, he'll come back.
they'll come back.
Uh,
But if we lose both of them, that's where it goes.
I'm rushing.
Okay,
Presentation and delegations, none, right?
no.
Staff report,
So I just had one on the Easter egg hunt. It was a success. Everyone had a great time. The reception of doing it with the bags versus having them come collect for one egg for this. The
Yeah.
chaos was kept to a minimum, which I think everyone really, really enjoyed. We
Yeah.
made the 80 bags and only had 10 of them left,
Oh, wow.
which is great because last year, I guess we only had 60 kids or so
I'm surprised with the weather too.
in the weather.
Yeah,
But just positive feedback. We did really, really luck out in the donation from that gentleman
yeah.
with all of the toys. Like the kids when they've been coming in here all week to pick up their toys, it has been the cutest
I believe it.
thing. They're just so happy. So yeah, like we were able to cover all of the expenses with donations and using the prizes that the gentleman donated. And anything from you guys though for next year that we want to do differently, lessons learned?
I think we kind of touched on it last meeting was
Mhm.
make the 20 extra bags of
Always.
non-perishable stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just in case you have an influx of kids.
I think now having all of those prizes though is now the expectations is so.
It's gonna be high.
Uh,
I am, when there is a moment, going to reach out to that gentleman though and see how he does the Amazon reviews to get these perfect toys.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think also letting parents who have kids with allergies know that we have an option,
Okay,
or kids who don't, that have food allergies, that there is an option available. We got amazing feedback from the one mom who came and found out that we had that option. Her daughter was ecstatic.
Yeah.
That she got to participate so fully.
yeah,
So maybe, somehow letting parents know that there is the option if there are kids that have those allergies, that we have non-food.
I guess we could put it on the poster
yeah.
and on, yeah.
And then if they let us know, then we know how many to
Notify us.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a
Yeah.
good idea.
But yeah, that was basically it for the Easter egg hunt. Overall, the speaker made a huge difference, having the speaker and the signs for the organization, but I think overall it was,
Oh, wait, I know one thing.
Oh.
Let's get new tables.
Yeah.
yes,
And more bunny ears.
No.
but that was such a cute photo. It was good.
No, the tables really do have to go.
Yes.
Yeah, I would
And
agree.
Yes.
Tables for,
we need another, if we're having hot chocolate, we should have it separated from all the toys.
Yeah,
And
Okay.
stuff, cause that could have been,
more tables.
that could have been a little accident waiting to happen.
okay. Okay,
Okay, and then, the OAC grant, our Cabascon card.
yes, so this is amazing. I think we touched on this briefly, that we were made in touch with Meek Michelle. She's an incredible artist based in Northern Ontario. She has a substantial background in this. She actually has a TV show on TFO.
Yeah,
She does incredible work. She has sent in the package, we've got her bio and then her little just description of what it is she wants to achieve. And then we had settled on the front of the change room.
Yep.
Just, it's visible from the street, it's visible from the park. People have to interact with it by going in and out of the change room.
Mhm.
It's perfect. The only thing we would need to do for that is to keep it within our budget. We need to get it pressure washed, which is fine, we can do that. But then we actually need to prime it ourselves. So we do need to find the day
to like-
that we can do that. Paint days are the 20th, so
20th of what?
May. It's
Like
coming up
next weekend?
fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
That's next weekend. Yes.
But I have the list of all of the stuff, all of the materials, but we do need to find a day that we can,
So it needs to
Make
be
that
done
work.
before May 20th?
yes. Yes. We can look at schedules and circle back to that, but yeah, we do need to do that. But I will send an email and we can confirm dates,
Okay.
but she did get back to me, so that report will be on council, they'll hopefully approve it, and then we will have an incredible little art installation.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, she's awesome. If you get a chance to speak with her, she's so passionate.
I'll have to come see her when she's painting.
And that's how her show works, like her TV show, she usually does it with the kids, it's very interactive.
Mm-hmm.
We're running short on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
all right, 7 items for community discussion. Community garden.
Community garden, so we. Mel has generously offered to work on the garden here in Bonville, at the corner of Gagnon and Lebec. We have some wood chips that were delivered
Yes.
and then made their way to the community garden. I put Sage in from Garden Capable, put her
Okay,
in
yeah.
touch with the school to do a cleanup. They're figuring out a date.
Perfect.
We are waiting to hear back on some of the final details for the Rutherglen Garden.
Yep.
And that's about where we're at with the gardens. Is there anything we need community wise, anything?
No, I mean, we're gonna donate the lumber to build 6 boxes there
Okay,
in the Bonfield.
Sorry, Dan, you said that you're donating that?
Yeah.
You're going out of like your own.
We'll have a sawmill, so I milled enough
Okay.
lumber.
that's even more work though.
Yes. Anyways, yes, so I milled a bunch of lumber for to make 6 boxes for this year. And yeah, so that's gonna be assembled this weekend, and then get 'em over to the garden for a long weekend, and yes, that's the game plan.
So for the Rutherglen Garden, have they like located a spot?
All the details should be in by Thursday. I don't have them quite yet.
As far as I know, yes, they met with Nikki and Alex, and they decided on a spot. That's all I know.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's where, yeah, I mean, we got, our kitchen is full of plants everywhere, so
Okay,
they need to get out soon.
okay, what's coming up?
But yeah, no, anyways, so we're in good shape for the garden here in town.
Okay,
All right, so then Canada Day.
yes, so Canada Day. So Steve, you mentioned that you might have a musician.
Yeah, so we found a solo headliner from 7 till 9, or until fireworks go off. He does a lot of local bars. He just traveled across Canada and he'll be back before Canada Day. I didn't want to say he should be, he will be. He'll be back before Canada.
Okay,
We're talking back and forth today a bunch, and it looks like the dates are gonna line up really well for him, so.
okay, perfect. And I actually had a gentleman reach out Friday afternoon. They're a duo group out of Sudbury. Their names are Dual Play. And if you look them up on YouTube, or I'll send everyone a link to it. I think they're perfect. They do rock, they do country, they can do with line dancing.
Oh, God, okay, yes.
They, I think, will just be super appropriate for the group.
Right.
Our
So,
population.
for our population,
Yeah.
for sure, and it was $8.50 for 2 hours, so if we do them. From 5 until 7, we'll say,
Mhm.
in that area. That takes care of the 2 musicians, and that's within what we spent last year.
Perfect.
If everyone's okay with that?
Yep.
Yep,
We just want to set them up in 2 different areas so that we don't have to pause, right?
so we think we can do one end and then the other band at the other end, is that?
But how we get, is there power back there?
Or just even in the corners, right? So
In
like
the 2
one kind
corners
of
at the
in
one,
a corner and yeah.
okay,
And just have the stages kind of tilted straight, like
Mhm.
they're in the corner but facing the audience.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
just that way
So-
there's no pause.
Oh,
Right,
so both at one end, but just kind of like
in
tilted.
each corner, but
Yeah.
yes, facing
Yeah,
straight.
that makes sense.
Cause yeah, I think there's only power at that one end of the arena.
Yeah, I think that
so.
is the problem we ran into. That was one.
And then, scheduled events, but,
So just, that was sort of with the music to figure that out. When it comes to entertainment, Sarah Dickout had reached out and her and her husband are happy to spend the full day doing activities. They have a giant storyboard, they have a bunch of just, play type stuff for old school games. She had asked about tug of war, which they used to do, but I'm unclear on whether or not we can still do that.
I would say why not?
Injuries.
fragile people
Really?
these days.
Come on, no,
What
it's
about
fine.
potato sack greases?
Isn't that, no, that's damage. Somebody could fall and hurt themselves.
So
I have
same
green
idea.
bags.
They were against tug of war. Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, tug of war is, I think tug of war would be a good thing to have. I mean, how hurt can you get? It's not
We have
like,
to make sure we don't have like
You're on the grass.
Yeah.
an
You're on the
18-year-old against like 5-year-olds.
right,
They
it's
have
gonna
to
be a
balance it
bunch
out.
of people.
Yeah.
so-
You'll get.
Do we wanna do registration for that?
No, I'd
or
say
just-
open, keep it open.
Just keep it open, whoever
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, just post the, stress the time, tug of war is gonna be at, I'm just gonna use 1 o'clock as an example, right?
Okay.
So what time is everything starting?
So our municipal portion of it is starting at 5.
Okay.
It's for, like, decorates.
Yeah, capsule.
Yeah.
And then, so yes, the farmer's market is going to do sort of a daytime thing.
Which I think will be good.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
great. It'll start getting people out. The Lions will start at
3:30, but.
Yeah,
around 3
Yeah.
into there, and then it'll transition to the time capsule and all of that. So then we'll have those 2 games with Sarah Dickout and her husband. They're looking for additional volunteers as well.
Yeah, I saw her posting.
Yeah, that was great.
Mhm.
I reached out to Mark McEwen. He runs the local disc golf place. He's not able to come and do demonstrations, but he will just give us a bunch of nets and discs and stuff like that that we can set up in the soccer field. Mike, did I say Mark?
McCubbin.
McCubbin.
It's Mark McEwen.
Yeah, oh, yeah, no. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that we need to find some volunteers to help run that. That'd be great for teenagers to get some volunteer hours. I mean, that's pretty great to go play. frisbee.
Holly, don't you know any teenagers?
I know lots of teenagers. I don't know any that are volunteering right now. I will definitely reach out to the people I know.
Oh, okay.
It's like golf, but with frisbees.
Yeah.
You
Is
have
it-
like a, yeah, it's just like a round.
Isn't it a chain? Like
Yeah,
a
kind of chain
chain-
basket.
Basket
And
net.
you throw the
Yeah.
you throw the frisbee and it's supposed to go in.
Oh, but it's
Oh, I
super
like the
popular
supposed
down
to.
south. It is, every park down south has one installed in their parks. Like,
Oh.
and there's a grant you can get too that my friends went through in Stratford and they got them installed in the park. And so Mike has offered to send some more information with that and help us look into that, because I think you have to be a member of the Ontario Disc Golf Association or something for it. So that is
Something. we could
something
look
we are
into.
looking forward to.
Sorry, Holly, did you add something?
Oh, no, I just made a comment about it's supposed to go in the net.
Yeah, true.
I'm thinking our park area is right along water. So I
Yes.
foresee a lot of frisbees making it down the river.
Yeah.
That was one of the concerns, that we would have to do that strategically about where we're placing them, because I don't want children
Well,
especially going into the
Yeah.
water.
Soccer field.
yeah, I was just saying, I think the baseball, soccer field, baseball diamond kind
Yeah.
of area.
Yeah,
Multi-use.
I mean,
And
it's
have
not
it
like,
facing this way, have the nets facing.
yeah, I mean, it's not like
Okay.
it's being used for that all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if we make them removable, like put. I don't know, maybe make them
you
removable.
can, I know that at Mike's place, he has them and then just like rocks on them to keep them in place kind of thing, and then he can move them when he needs to.
That won't last here, not with kids.
No, I was kind of
But-
thinking more,
Like a
Chain?
chain, like something that's in the
sink
hole
it
and then
into
it
the,
just
sink it
clips
into the
in
ground
and,
and yeah,
yeah.
pin it with,
Yeah.
and put a lock on it,
Right.
so it doesn't go missing, and then we can
Yeah.
remove it if kids want, if it's
Mhm.
soccer, and you can put something over top of
Yeah.
it. So
Okay,
kind of something along those lines to make that area multi-functional.
Mhm.
All right, well, that's,
Sounds like it's coming together
it's
really
coming
well.
along, and then we'll be able to do the bike decorating contest as
Yeah.
well. We're
Right.
gonna do the same as last
Yeah,
year
perfect.
with the setup for that, and then the ice cream cones from Dinner Bell. That'll
Did you
be
hear from Doug yet about the canteen?
Doug for Canada Day, or was
Yeah,
it?
Canada Day.
I thought, we reached out to the food bank.
Right.
I have not heard back
Okay.
regarding on that.
Okay.
all right.
And
I'm
then-
guessing somebody's reached out to the fire department as well about,
Yes, I've reached out to them as well, yeah. Entertainment wise, children's entertainment, Christoph, the magician, had availability. Do we want to go ahead and just book him, because we're getting. Like, he's been, I think in the
Yeah.
past, people have really enjoyed him,
Yeah, yeah.
and then, okay, so we'll go ahead and do that.
What time are you gonna do that at?
I think, so the hot dogs are at 5:36. What do you guys think?
6:30, because usually it's an hour to get through the hot dogs.
6:30?
Yeah,
Okay. And I think his set is an hour, or
Yeah. I'm gonna
45
say probably
minutes.
about that.
6:30, 7:30. Yeah, the little kids aren't gonna, they might want to be the music, but if they miss a half an hour of music, they'll,
They'll still hear it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You'll still hear it.
yeah.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, and then, so that's all for Canada Day and the provincial day of action on litter.
So that one, I had reached out to the Lions Club originally to kind of piggyback off of their, they do it on Earth Day.
Right.
They wanted to just kind of keep it
Within the-
smaller within themselves this
Mhm.
year. They weren't looking to expand. But we can go ahead. They sent a lot of really great resources for the May 13th.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and get that posted if anyone is interested in helping out with that.
What do you need?
If you want to run a group, like if we can say meet here kind of
Yeah.
thing, we'll have bags
Uh-huh,
and then,
okay. Maybe that's me.
Isn't that this weekend?
Yeah, that's.
That's really short notice.
yeah, so if we can't do it, we'll just put out promotional materials and people can come get bags from us.
I
But
mean,
if we
I-
want to have a representative, we can.
I know I can. I mean,
I have
my
no
plate is-
granddaughters.
My plate is full.
I
Okay,
know I have
May
my,
is bad.
I know I have my niece's birthday on Saturday, but.
Is
Happy
there a
birthday,
way?
David. Fucking garbage.
Yeah, I was thinking.
and if
like,
we
could bring the
can't,
kids,
that's
but-
fine. We'll just put out the promotion
And
and let
maybe
people
we'll-
know they can come get bags.
Maybe
from
we'll
us.
push for that next year's, get it, so it's a little more notice.
Yeah.
People can.
Is there a way to like have a bin or something at the township? I just know it's not such a big issue with our family because we don't use up all of our dump tickets
Yes.
every year or dump stamps. But I know people are cleaning and they're kind of just taking the bags to the dump on their own dime. Is there a way for us to have a bin at the township where people can drop off, or promote, like if you were to clean up, if you were to drop the bags on the side of the road, that
Okay,
the township would pick them up on any given day, like a specific day, if you were to clean up and just leave them on the side of the road?
Or I think if you are going to the landfill, you could just say it's from the cleanup day, that bag, or that'd be better than I think putting a bin here would create a lot of,
Oh, yeah, you'd have all kinds of garbage.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So I think
so
if
one
we,
specific day,
yeah, one specific day, and if you go to the landfill and say, this is from the cleanup day, you're allowed, one bag or.
Can we get those colored bracelets and use it like a tag to close them so that you say that it's from the?
Or if there's a promotional material, if they keep something showing, and then if they have 2 bags of garbage
Yeah.
that is.
I mean,
you're gonna be able
If
to
they
tell
bring
the
2 bags,
difference.
it's not like,
we'll look at doing 2 bags.
yeah, cause you won't take long to collect 2 bags.
No,
No,
Not nowadays.
not on line 3.
Now,
No, so, yeah,
granted, most of the garbage is actually like beer cans and beer
Yeah,
bottles and
exactly.
stuff, so that you just redeem.
Yeah. It's true.
right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 2 bags, I mean, if we make them identified or not, I mean, just say, go to the landfill and say, cleanup day. It's better than us putting a bin here or having
Public Works and.
go
all that.
around collecting the bags,
Yeah.
cause
Okay,
their time is, limited through the day, also, they
yes,
have lots to
absolutely,
do.
yeah.
All right, Halloween sponsorships, donations.
So I want to get started on Halloween early.
Yeah,
this
cause
year.
I won't be here potentially.
Right,
Right.
so,
I get it.
so I don't know how we want to divide it so that we're not double dipping into donations, or so it's just organized, like
Yeah.
do we want me to create a list of different businesses or different, and then we can just give it to certain people to keep on top of, like the grocery stores or private donations, or
Yeah, I think
That
that
works?
works. Yeah, I think that's the best. way
And
to
then
do.
you can put donations accepted here, then if people that have donated to other stuff in the past can come and donate if they want to.
Yeah.
They feel no pressure.
And a grocery store, do you have like a generic letter that you provide?
Yes.
Yeah, we
you
do.
just have those. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah.
House decorating contest, we had decided that this is something we'd like to do leading up to it next year.
Mhm.
Any thoughts on when we want that to start going out to people?
I would do October 1st.
Yeah.
I would do October 1st, just.
So that's when people start.
Yeah, yeah,
And we're just send a picture in.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do the same format as last year, send a picture in, put it on Facebook, everybody votes.
The voting on the community engagement has been like top notch for everything.
It's
we're
been
doing,
great with the
So,
coloring contest as well, it's been awesome.
yeah, I think that's a go.
Okay, so we'll do October 1st to have the house decorating.
And then when are we gonna close it off?
I would do the
After-
parade day, or Halloween.
No,
Halloween.
I would do like 2 weeks, like the 1st to the 14th, and then I would start a new one for the jack-o'-lantern and do like the 15th to the parade or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, pumpkin.
yeah,
Okay, so first to the 14th for the house decorating. The, we'll
Or
call
maybe
it,
we should, I guess, I was gonna say, turn that around, put the pumpkins first, but. No, because
No.
they won't last as long.
no, and
Yeah.
then Rolly will be doing his pumpkin carving as well,
Right.
so that'll kind of fit in, I think, to the timing of his as well.
Okay,
So we'll do the 15th to the 25th for the pumpkins. And then,
The whole point to this was to kind of keep sending people to the page and reiterate when the parade is and thanking
Yeah.
sponsors over and over and just getting some sort of momentum going for it, right?
right.
for the float contest, do we want to just do the same that we did last year, promote people entering, and then do again, post it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Top,
I
okay.
think, yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
So we do need a fair amount of donations and sponsorships for this, so that's
Yeah.
also why I wanted to start
Right.
fairly early.
Yeah, let the public vote on the floats too.
Yeah,
Any other thoughts on Halloween that we should get started now?
No, because I think we're pretty early on it, I mean.
Yeah, but it always
do you
seems
want
to
some
be.
recycle bags? Do you want recycle bags? Because I got tons. of
Yes,
them.
that was something from last year that we need
I have
to have
tons of
those
them, so
bags
I
prepped.
will bring those.
to hand out the candy. Instead of someone coming back to the truck and like frantically throwing it in, that we just have all of the candy
In
in
bags.
in
So
bags.
they just
We
switch
just
up
load and
bags.
go.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
that was one of the things that
hectic last year.
slowed it down a bit.
Yeah.
Like it went super well, but
But we were running, like I ran a lot.
yes, yes, I got more exercise than I needed that day.
Like that was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's,
But yeah, any other thoughts, just send them in. We'll figure it out.
I don't know if this is something we want to implement, but I did some research on this.
Okay.
It was bugging me. So there's a place in BC that also did a parade, and I think it was also kind of around COVID. And they did that if the kids in the community register, they got this sticker that they could put on. And when the floats went by, then they got like a candy bag. And if you didn't register in advance, then you just get kind of like your handful or whatever. And they tried that just to make sure that everybody was accounted for, that they had enough candy, that they didn't run out. And apparently that worked somewhat well, but takes a lot more work in advance. But if you know that, 150 kids registered, you need 150 candy bags, and then all the leftover is just for whatever's left for any kids that don't have your I registered in advance sticker.
yeah, I guess the biggest thing we run into is how much candy to give out at the beginning, the middle, and the end, because.
The other problem with doing stickers is we don't have enough volunteers. to
Yeah.
Handle
I mean,
that.
Yeah,
That's the
volunteers
only
is the issue on that
Yeah.
one.
That's the only thing.
And what time does the parade start?
Well, I think we need to move it back to 6:30, so it's darker.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had
Because
it at
most of the-
6, but
Most of the floats had lights and
it was like 6:05 and I'm like, well, let's go.
And
Yeah.
it leaves from
the four
Four
corners.
corners.
the four corners, okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
I was just thinking like, what if we did like for people who wanted to decorate their trunks and did a trick or trunk?
yeah.
Maybe
in
like
BC
from
they do
5 to
that. My girlfriend does
6
that.
or something like that, like
We
before
talked
the
about-
parade?
oh, okay.
I remember we talked.
Cause
about
cause I went to one with the
Mhm.
granddaughters last year and I thought it was the coolest thing, like.
Who
Because
hosted that, you know?
that was in Living, because the houses are so spread out and they don't want the kids on the highway there, right? Because that's
Right.
where their main. So what they do is they meet like at a community center kind of,
Yeah,
and people decorate the boxes of their truck or their trunks.
yeah.
And the kids just go to each vehicle dressed up and,
Well, they can do it here in the parking lot.
yeah, like wherever it would, and then it would be kind of like a little bit of a start to the parade and
Mhm.
it might draw more people out.
Yeah,
Okay,
Just an idea,
so we would do it here. At like what, like,
between 5 and 6 maybe, or like 5 to 6:30, and then they head over to the parade.
well, yeah, 6:30 leaves the corners, right? So,
And then you have to get
And
traffic
you have to
not
get
to go that
there,
way.
yes.
That's the other problem is controlling the traffic to stay.
and then,
With
but
it.
then you also have.
we have to have all of the floats
You have the
there.
stupid chili contest going on then too.
No.
No,
the
No,
Halloween?
that's, yeah, sorry. I was thinking.
You're on the wrong,
Yeah, I'm on the wrong,
ones.
I'm on the wrong page.
But like you're thinking ahead. But
Yeah, I just
What if
think,
we did it from the community center and then they make their way down?
I think, just.
I think I think that it has worked well the way it's kind of already been, right? Like, I mean, the complaints about candy, my kids didn't get enough candy and stuff. We've tried to mitigate that as much as possible with volunteers and whatnot. It's just, I don't think there's going to be a perfect system. And the more stress we put on volunteers to try to get it right is gonna, like, I don't know. I just feel like adding another component to something that's already busy enough.
I agree, it's, there's just no. The flow of traffic isn't nice there, so it's hard to do something in there. It's too restrictive there when you're starting to try to get people down at the, they're gonna be trying to get to the corner with the floats and.
And people
I
are
mean-
staying in the middle of the road too,
Right,
like Gagno and all that,
you know,
to
last
close it
year,
off and
There was a lot of big,
groups.
and we had big floats and
And,
so
yeah.
it's nerve, you know, you got kids running around and
Yeah.
it's. So yeah, I mean, the less running around of kids around the
Yeah.
floats is,
I feel like we did decent though this past year.
well, we did, I thought it went
Like, I
really
think it
well.
I thought
went
it
really
went
well,
super
and I
well.
didn't hear any complaints from anybody
About
about candy,
No.
didn't hear
Lessons
any.
were learned about you wait until Church Street to really start.
Yeah.
Start handing it out. When I came around that corner, I was like.
But if we had somebody down in that area that called one of us.
Like walkie-talkies kind of thing.
Yeah.
Could say, okay, there's,
About 200 kids down this way.
yeah, at the lakefront,
And
Yeah,
now we know,
Right.
right? So
yeah,
that's a good idea with the walkie-talkies, I think, to
yeah,
the communication.
yeah, so like somebody, you know, somebody that's running around can get communication, then you can tell the float drivers or.
the first person who's driving up ahead, the first driver or whatever.
Or
like,
and
just say.
just, you keep relaying the message somehow to, everybody's got a cell phone, I mean, text it to everybody, say, there's this many kids near the end, or.
If you have Rogers.
Maybe a recommendation we should make as a rec committee is to get walkie-talkies because communication has always been an issue during any event. Like running for Cassandra, like having to send people running for people has been
Yeah.
an ongoing thing. So walkie-talkies just to have for our events, period, would be a good idea. The same with having volunteer shirts, so people know who to talk to when there
Yes,
are things going on. I think those are like two big things we probably should look at. Like
Well, we have the
purchasing.
vet we can wear for
Yeah.
this one.
but yes, you can,
And-
Canadian Tire has the walkie-talkies come on sale at the fall time where you get a really good deal.
$35 per pair sometimes.
Right, so,
okay,
Yeah, they're not.
yeah, we can look
expensive.
into
Plus
those.
they might even do a donation or
Sure.
something.
Okay. Canadian Tire,
you know, whoever, wherever, just, it's,
if you've seen good prices there.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're not expensive
and you can, you can get like a 6-pack, I've seen this.
for like.
What kind of rain?
Oh, it'll be fine for
About-
that area.
For
At
Yeah,
least
okay.
3 kilometers.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, you're fine.
perfect. Is anything else for Halloween that anyone?
No, I think doing the 2 contests ahead of time and then
The
Then
float
the float.
contest,
In the
yeah.
floats? Okay, we'll do those 3 then, okay.
right,
There was a guy who wanted to volunteer last year, offered himself to us for Halloween. He's the one that drives the black Jeep with the skull, the
Yes.
skeleton on it, and he was like, next year, put me down for whatever you want for Halloween stuff, I'm here.
It was the black.
Yes, and I
okay.
can't remember what his name was.
Yeah, I think I have it.
Okay, and I will help out the best that I can until that day.
Yes,
I may be there, I may not.
yes.
okay, E, recreation, future and.
Initiatives, so this was, we had discussed last time, what kind of initiatives we want to take, what kind of recommendations do we want to make? Coming from the rec committee, where do we want to put all of our money, kind of? Any
Well, I think your money is, I mean, we're gonna look, yeah, I mean, to me, let's try and do something with the basketball court and.
Yeah.
I think that kind of everybody's consensus
Yeah.
is that. Is trying to get the 2 skateboard and the basketball court swapped around,
Yeah,
but it's gonna take more than that kind of money. You know, it's gonna take some money, we should try and look for funding grants or something on that.
would it be cheaper to put ramps versus, or ramps, boards, like a board around versus having fencing?
If you turn into a skateboard park, I'm not sure. Steve, what do you think on that? I don't know about boards to fencing.
Yeah, I think the fencing so that when there starts to be ice and snow, we can lock a gate and make sure that kids aren't
Right.
getting hurt
Yeah.
and
yes, that's
playing
true.
around on the structures, right?
Yeah.
And some of the skateboard stuff won't end up down the porta johns.
Yeah, we do have a bit of a reserve. We should try to inquire to figure out what we have and then put some pressure on Public Works to offer a quote because they said that they can do the concrete pad where the basketball court is now for the skate pad in-house. So between fixing up the fence and the concrete, like I have no clue what we're looking at as a cost.
I think Alex was offering the groundwork. I don't think the concrete itself, because that's gonna be, you're gonna need some specialized equipment for that.
Okay.
It's the groundwork, the excavating and putting some gravel in and compaction and stuff like that.
Right.
I think that's where he was going with that.
Maybe we could, like if there's gonna be fencing, if we can get somebody to do the work and maybe reduce their fee a little bit, their sign could go up as in marketing.
And we could reutilize that fence, it's just leaning, I don't think the poles are down far enough. They're not done, I don't think it's done correctly, it's not in concrete or.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of that we can still use, and yeah, sponsorship signs are super easy, especially when the project is finished, going after them after that to hang on. Under the covered rink, we could do like 2 pickleball courts super easily. We could do a full court basketball court on the other end and keep the hockey nets out there so that kids could play ball hockey. So under that patioed area, under that covered area, play pickleball, you play basketball, you like we can run a bunch of different things. Pickleball nets are super cheap. We just painted 6 pickleball courts last week indoors. So I mean, you could paint the courts in a day. With permanent paint on the concrete.
Right. Holly, did you have something to add?
I know one of the big attractions for our skate park is that it is undercover. So even when it's raining, people can use it. Like
We realize
Just-
that, but with moving them, we're wrecking the equipment. We don't have the money to
Yeah.
replace it. So if we
but
don't
is there
put
a
it,
way that we could get a quote to potentially cover the proposed new area?
I mean, we can always get a quote, yes.
Because that might be like if not right now, a future, okay, if we do this work now, but then we know that it's a plan maybe for the future that, because that is one of the feedbacks I get about the skate park is that because it's indoors or undercover, that it's more accessible all the time. Whereas if it's out, it's raining, whatnot, I guess
Right.
causes issues using it.
Well, the only thing is though, when you're skateboarding, when it's wet in there, you don't bring your skateboard there because it ruins your skateboard, right? So it's not too
Yeah.
often that you see people in there when it's raining, like if it's wet. It's more
And-
of a
super
couch.
slippery.
Yeah.
One of the big feedbacks is when they put those curtains in, like I guess the sun curtains or whatever,
Yeah.
that it actually helped improve keeping water out. Like the driving rain, yes.
Right, I
So-
think the other thing we need to look into with reserve, if we have reserve money too, is putting some eaves troughs on that end, on the building, because that will eliminate the rain coming in or really,
Yes. Yeah,
it'll slow it down a lot anyways.
absolutely. Yeah.
It should have, when the building was built, it should have been done then, but it wasn't, so now we're gonna have to find a way to do it because it's very slippery and hazardous.
Mhm. It's
And-
also ruining the pad too.
Right.
Yes.
No, I agree, yeah. Okay, well, we can look into that. I mean, it's a good point to bring up, Holly, because if we're gonna do some groundwork, we'll need to know, to go an extra, a little wider for pillars for a roof system, so it's good to discuss this now for future use.
Mhm.
We might be able to look at like community betterment funds and things like that for like NOHFC and there's some different organizations out there that are offering grants specifically for sport and leisure. So
Right,
people to hop on some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. 2025 events,
that was there just in case we needed to discuss anything.
yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty much,
We've been,
we are list is full and we're just gonna recycle through it.
Yeah.
Every year.
Okay.
I mean, to me, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then every time we, like Steve said, you know, we have an event, we just kick it to the bottom of the list and let it work its way back up.
Yeah.
And I mean, we should look at, the only thing I think we should look at is the trade show, moving that on to
The
a different,
economics, yeah.
the economics development side of things, because that really doesn't fall under rec.
Yeah, we got it going. See if somebody else will run it now.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't fall under, you know, seem right as falling under rec.
No, but I'm proud that we did it. Like I say, originally it was Lee's, the manager at the bank, that really wanted to kind of push and get that going, and it fell through the office a couple years in a row with like staff changes and economic development and whatever, and she expressed her frustration at the rec meeting that she was a part of, and I'm like, oh, we could run that, like that's super simple. So we've done it twice now. Cassandra's obviously put in a lot more work in it, and you know, it's running super well now. So now it should be, in theory, pretty easy to hand off to the appropriate chain, and they can kind of keep it running and grow it from there.
Because we're like, you know, there's 5 volunteers, so.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's set
Right,
now.
yeah, and
And
this
the-
year
the
you really brought it up.
community,
Yeah, and this committee does a lot, like
Yeah.
for the committee, like the community itself, like we're at capacity for
Right.
the amount of stuff that we're doing.
I agree.
So
I
like,
feel like we can move this off.
Yes.
But it's set, it's ready to go
Yeah.
for someone to pick up and
mhm,
run with.
absolutely.
All right, motion to be considered, none for this session, correspondence,
Mhm.
none. Yeah, none. Adjournment, moved by Sheena, seconded by Sylvia, this meeting be adjourned at 5:45, all in favor?
Yeah, yeah.
Carried.
Have a good evening.
You
You
too.
too.